Hello gurus, welcome to another episode. Hope you're having a beautiful day. We're going to jump into Bitcoin. The tech stocks yesterday, Google and Alibaba pushing up, Nvidia having a big sell-off, all the semis having a big sell-off, semiconductors or chip manufacturers, because China announced that they're going to start producing chips in a way that the West has been thinking they could only do. So we'll jump into Bitcoin, Nvidia, and Google. Hit the subscribe button, smash up, thumbs up button, turn on the bell. If you have any questions for me, let me know in the comment section down below. I'll read them. And my goal, make as much money as possible, compound my capitals. I want to sell when they're overbought. I want to buy when they're oversold, and I'm buying the same assets over and over. It's Google, Nvidia, Apple, TSM, Foxconn, Amazon, Bitcoin, and I buy them when they're oversold, sell them when they're overbought on the weekly and the monthly stochastics. Let's jump into the technicals for Bitcoin now. We're going into the technicals. You can see Alibaba up 2.5%, Google 2.3%. We added more Google on that sell-off. Apple, new all-time high, 1% up. Nasdaq, the US dollar flat. The rest slightly down. And Nvidia dropping 4.9%. Oil dropping 3.9%. Oil pulling back. Bitcoin dropping as well. Let's go into the technicals. And my Bitcoin trade has now gone a bit into the red. It broke even yesterday, the trade. It had broken even, and now it's down 2.4k. It's now a 1.5 Bitcoin trade. We had quite a big sell-off off 65, and that looks like a head and shoulders on Bitcoin. I might reduce the trade. Let's go into it. On the monthly chart, Bitcoin oversold, trying to head up but failing. It did have a pump from 58 to 67, almost a $12,000 pump, and then it looks like it's fading down. Unfortunately, on the daily, we're inside this channel. You can see that it's been in a channel for a while, but it does seem to be unable to bounce through. It made a higher low on this part of the channel, and now it's dropping, and it kind of looks like head and shoulders. On the 4-hourly, you can see this head and shoulders more clearly. Shoulder, head, shoulder. If we get a drop here, we could expect that it could target around the distance of the head, this distance here. So we could get a drop on Bitcoin to around 60,700, another 3,600, 60,600. Looks like head and shoulders. It is oversold on the 4-hourly. It is oversold on the hourly. But clear head and shoulders pattern here. It's at the bottom of this channel. I'm going to reduce my position, and then I'm going to put more buy orders at 60,600. So this trade negative 2.5. I'm gonna cut it in half, make it a 0.75 Bitcoin trade. I reduce it, and then I'm gonna put that trade at 60,700. Next order, and then 60,700. Then 59, 61,600, 6,800. I've got it at 61, 58, 60. I'll keep it as is, maybe add one at 62 for half a Bitcoin to ladder back in. So now I've got one at 62, 62, 58, 60, 55, 53, all laddered orders down. And this trade, I'd reduced it a little bit in case this head and shoulders plays out. And then the next order will activate at 60, 62. I'll leave it at that. Over on WeX as well, I had some trades set up. My Bitcoin trade is set up at 63,100. It's almost about to activate. But on this new technicals, I'm going to move it to 60,600. 60,600. I'm going to modify it. 60,600. So now I've got this trade open, negative 1.2, closed half, and then I've got the next order at 62 and laddered it down. Or maybe I should move it down to, instead of 62, which is here, there's not really support. The support's 61,700 or 6,800. I'll make it 61,700, 61,500. 61,500, 58, 60, 55, and on WEX it's at 6,600. Let's go into Nvidia. Had a big sell-off, 4.9% today, matching Google, Bitcoin. On the weekly, you can see it is still heading up. It's oversold on the weekly on Nvidia. The fundamentals, let's always check the fundamentals first on stocks. The PE ratio, the golden ratio is 20. It's at 31 PE ratio. So it could still cut in half to meet the golden ratio, but its revenues are growing very quickly. 130 billion to 72 billion, 215 billion to 120 billion. So they're making huge money, growing very quickly. Revenues almost doubling and profits almost doubling each year. Support, we've got a support coming up at, it's at 196 already in pre-market, but main support you can see, I would say, is here. So I'm going to set an alert. I've got an alert at 152, 164 I would say is also a support here. 162 and then 141. Those are two supports for Nvidia for buying, and then 87 down here, also a support for buying. I don't think it gets that low. Google had a bounce, 320. We got a strong bounce. I managed to buy some after the dip, so we had a bit of a bounce on our buys. Fundamentally, Google is sitting at 20 P ratio, no, 16 P ratio. Wow, price to earnings 16. The golden ratio is 20. So Google is super undervalued according to Warren Buffett's golden ratio. And they made last quarter, they made crazy money. They made 119 billion and 112 billion thanks to SpaceX in one quarter. Last year, they made 130 billion in the whole year. They made 400 billion revenue and 130 billion profits in the entire year. Last quarter, they made just alone 120 billion and 112 billion in profits in one quarter. So Google now, P ratio 16 P ratio. Very oversold on the weekly, turning up. Very oversold on the daily, turning up. Already had a bounce of around, from the bottom where we managed to buy, already had a 3.8% bounce. I'm going to add more into Google here. On the weekly, the daily, and the 4-hourly, you can see on every time frame, 4-hourly oversold heading up, daily oversold heading up, weekly oversold heading up, monthly still overbought. But PE ratio sitting at 16 times under the golden ratio, 16 years of earnings to meet its price, and its revenue in one quarter made 112 billion, almost what it made the entire year. So I'm going to be buying Google because it's amazing. In the Elite Plus AI traders group, Gemini went short Ethereum, ChatGPT 5.6 went long Sol, went long on Bitcoin, Fable went long on gold, and Kimi K2 went long on SpaceX. Which is beautiful. You can join that group down below under the video. Bybit, you get a 30k bonus, WEX $200 bonus, free Telegram. You can join that elite traders group with the AIs. The links are all down below, and you can take the course to learn all of what I'm showing. And you can see my portfolio hit $1 million today because of James' expertise. I'm up $122,000, almost double my money. Thanks for all the info you bring. Financial freedom is a beautiful thing. That's my updates in the market on Bitcoin, Nvidia, Google. I'm going to add more into Google, and I've got my alerts for Nvidia. But Google already, P ratio wise, 16 P ratio, they made more money than they made last year. They made in one quarter this year, which is unbelievable. Hit the subscribe button, smash up, thumbs up, and turn on the bell. I'm going to add more into Google in pre-market, and I'm still around, I would say, 80% cash, 20% equities, but I'm going to bump up. I'm going to buy more Google. Love you all. Have an amazing day, and I'll see you all again tomorrow.